guru in India had a big ashram, and a guy wanted to visit him, so he traveled miles and miles, and he came, he had this today technology, GPS, he was around that ashram, but he was not able to find the way because a lot of roads around in India. But he knew it was close by. So, he was facing like this, and then he saw a boy playing. So he said, "Hey, excuse me, where is this ashram?" He says, "Oh, this ashram, it's around 4,500 miles. He says, "Crazy? How can that be? Yeah, the GPS, so it's close by." No, it's 4,500 miles away. He says, "Is that so? But how can I reach fast?" He said, "Just turn around. Then it's just 5 minutes walk." Life is like that. Sometimes we are very close to solutions, but we are not looking at it, in that way. So what I mean to say, the positive mental attitude, who gives you that energy? The people around you. You cannot develop your positive. You cannot say, "Okay, from today, I have to be positive mental attitude." You cannot do. Affirmations only don't work. They work with people around you. If this person wants to change, everybody together will tell him, "We will change. You're a part of us, we'll change." And that happens at your cellular level too. If you have a situation with a particular organ like your heart, your kidney, something, you actually have to understand, it's not that you only tell, it will all be okay. Everybody together, yes, we all will see that you will be okay. Imagine one who is sick gets support from everybody and says, "You will be fine." It makes a wonderful miracle, But what happens in a hospital? Does the patient feel the same? Oh, he's lying on the bed. He's already been detected cancer. And the doctor comes and checks. "Oh, today your pulse is low. Today this is, oh my God. He's already sinking." So the doctor, is he contributing to his health or to his sickness? You can imagine, he's already feeding that. Poor fellow, is looking at the graphs and looking at everybody, the nurses around, people moving around, and he knows, "I will never get out of this place." He's for sure. And he keeps on staying there. Even if he's managed to bring out, he still lives with it. Because by that time when he's going, the doctor has already written a big prescription that he has to follow. Not only follow, but he has to also follow up with the same guy who was putting negative thoughts in him. And he keeps on following up with the same guy who puts all the negative thoughts in him, and he's always going to land up with him as his best company, right? So you need to understand, you need to be around people who give you that positive energy. So come with a community, come with people who can think that you can always be actually healthy and wealthy, right? You have to think like that. So, positive mental attitude. Is it difficult? Is it difficult? Sometimes challenging. So when you have something challenging, you just need company, right? Everything that was challenging, as soon as you had company, you had the guts to do that, right? You need little company. So make sure you have people around you that can change your mental attitude in a good way, okay? The second one is healthy lifestyle. Now when I say lifestyle, let's talk about a few diseases, okay? And you're going to tell me if they are infective diseases caused because of an infection, or is it something because of the way we lived, okay? Like for example, malaria. Yeah, malaria could be not because of a lifestyle. I just was fit and fine, I went to India and probably a mosquito bit me and I got malaria. Possible? Yeah, is that your fault? No, it happened to you, but we can actually treat that very easily. If you diagnose it, you know the symptoms, you go to the doctor finds out, okay, and then you can be treated. Now, obesity. Lifestyle. It did not happen like that. I was okay yesterday and early morning I got up. I was 50 kg yesterday and today morning I'm 80 kgs. Is that happening? Does that happen? It does not happen. Okay, I was not having diabetes. Yesterday my sugar levels were normal. Today morning I've been detected with diabetes. Is it possible? So diabetes is? Lifestyle. Okay, now I did my scans and everything, my reports were okay for cancer and I've been detected that I don't have cancer. But what is it? By today evening, I feel I have a lump and I think I have cancer. Is it possible? Yes. Yes? Everything was normal till the morning and in the evening you have cancer? Is it possible? No. Again, it's a lifestyle disease. See, understand Everything that goes slowly, progressively, is something to do with you doing that every day. You know, Maurice was driving his car and he's saying, oh, you know, if you drive fast, you'll get some points. Okay? Yeah, good points or bad points, I don't know. Huh? So he's saying, oh, they've only taken a picture. I think so, 3 points or 4 points, I don't know what. He was stealing points, and I was saying, what are you doing? He's saying, accumulating points. And what happens after you accumulate points? At the end? Or in the same day? At the end, when? When you go to renew your, yeah? What happens? Oh, what is this? That is lifestyle. Okay, you live that lifestyle and then you got a big bill. So, you live a lifestyle and when you get something, that is your bill. Okay, so understand, lifestyle diseases are on a rise. And because they are not caused because of a specific reason, you cannot have a specific way to deal it. Okay, you need to have a lifestyle change. So what Maurice has to do?
Change his
Style. Okay, he has to change his driving style. He drives like this, and then he's blaming the traffic. Oh, what is the traffic? You know, but you're a super driver, right? So it's your lifestyle. So now trust me. So what can change you is changing your lifestyle, and this is very important. So what you need to know what is healthy lifestyle. Okay, I'll try to cover that up to what is good for you, what is not good for you. Okay, and I told you the primary thing is your diet, what you're eating. Because that's your real medicine. Because food becomes your medicine. Because that's what you take 3 times a day. Yes or no? Not the doctor's pill. You know, doctor will prescribe you pills. You might take it, you might not take it. But I'm sure whatever happens, you might never miss the 3 times food, right? Morning, afternoon, evening, that definitely goes in. So that prescription you're following, so better make sure that that is right. What you're eating is very important because that makes you what you are. So what you were yesterday and what you are now, the only thing that changed you from yesterday to now is the thing that you put inside you yesterday. Getting my point? It's food that becomes you. Okay, so what you put into your system is what you become. Okay, very, very important. And as I told you, because we lack this, everything in a diet, in food, we need supplementation. Okay, and that was the idea of our people. Because 5,000 years before, when humans were traveling from one place to another, we were not settled as a civilization. You know, so what we used to do is we used to travel from one place to another. You know, like monkeys, we used to have fruits from the trees, something or the other. We found our own, food, but there was variety, and that variety gave us all the nutrients. But when we settled down as humans in a civilization, we started doing one thing. We started the art of cultivation, okay? And the art of cultivation made us actually grow crops on the same soil again and again and again and again. And the soils did not have all the nutrients that it could to retain it. So definitely today the key is supplementation if you really want to regain your health. Next. Okay, so now what causes illness? Only 2 things. Okay, only 2 things. One is toxin and the other is imbalance. Okay, and what is toxins? Anybody? Okay, what is toxin? Something that is not good for your body, correct? Do you have toxins? Yes. Where did you get that? So since now let's gather the information, okay? From the food that is produced right now, from pollution, drugs, water. So you're actually, completely toxic, huh? Are you? You understand, if you say this to even a doctor, he would agree, but they don't agree technically that everything is toxic, right? Because toxic means something that harms your body. Now, do you think if everything was fantastic, a fantastic environment, pure water from the, flowing rivers and everything, no pollution, nothing, there will be toxins in your body?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Nafas? No?
Yes.
What an amazing place to live, right? Up in the mountains, no vehicles, nothing, everything peaceful, calmful, and in close association with nature, and there would be no toxins, correct? 5,000 years back, okay? Everything was like that, I think so. Yeah? Did they really need a Ganoderma if there was no toxins? Think about it. Yeah? Now, where do toxins come from? Toxins are nothing but the waste metabolites of your daily metabolism. Okay, for example, now let me prove you some toxin that can actually be very, very dangerous. For example, I'm taking a deep breath. What did I breathe in is enough of air that contained oxygen and other, nitrogen and carbon dioxide, everything. But my body, what did it do? It picked up the oxygen. The oxygen traveled all through my body, made me feel good, and I did one thing. I did not let the air that went in to come out. So I closed my nostrils. Okay? Now what is going to happen? Am I going to die because I took in air? Will something happen to me?
Well, you should inhale as well.
What will happen to me if I just... That's it.
You won't feel good.
I'm not going to feel good. Okay, she's saying I'm not going to feel good. Who's going to feel good like this? Anyways, so let's list down the points. Okay, I'm not going to feel good. Okay, feel good. Okay, that's true. I will not feel good like this. Okay, I'm going to try. Okay, you tell me if it's working.
You're gonna go red
You
now.
have to breathe out.
You're gonna go red.
I would call ambulance.
I cannot do it. I cannot. But if somebody forces that on me, what is going to happen to me? What will happen?
The results. of the-
It's simple words. What will going to happen to me for 5 minutes? Dead. What killed me? The air that I breathed in?
No.
Then?
What you didn't breathe out.
Sufficient.
Whoa, who said that? What was it?
It's what you didn't breathe out.
Because I did not breathe out. Can you imagine that? I did not breathe out, but I went out. What an amazing thing. Now, that means what I took in was good, but what my body made out of the good was not good for me. Right? What it did, it was used up all the oxygen and made enough carbon dioxide which my body did not need. And I did not have a way out. I had blocked that path. And what happened? The same stuff that my body did as a part of metabolism, even though I was fit and fine and everything was okay, only with a single person blocking me, I was lying dead in 5 minutes. Now, understand this. That means whatever it is, let's not blame the whole world, pollution, and don't blame the water and the food, and even simple metabolism of eating your food, breathing, can also produce toxins in your body. You getting my point? Yeah. We think too much, the pollution and this and that. No. Even if you're breathing, you're getting toxic. If you're eating, you're getting toxic. Getting my point? It's very, very important to understand this. And if you understand this, then you get the key to actually being toxic free. And I'll tell you how. Okay? So, toxin imbalance. An imbalance is basically, I told you, remember the family. If they work in harmony, fine. If they don't work in harmony, suddenly this guy, the father, he had 4 children, and he loved this one, gave all the property to him. What is going to happen to him? 3.
They will be not happy.
They will be not happy, and what will they do? Oh, it's okay. He was a nice brother. What will they do? Go to the lawyers and whatever it is, They will do, they cannot. This is called imbalance. And imbalance is the reason when most of the diseases happen in your body too. One organ doesn't get the basic nutrients it needs, suddenly it starts affecting the other organ, the other organ, the other organ, the whole system starts collapsing. So what happens in diabetes is, we call it the silent killer, because nobody, never has died because of diabetes. Never, till today. Nobody has ever died because of diabetes, but they have definitely died because of a multi-organ failure caused because of long-standing diabetes. That means even the sugar level that you achieved at the end was low, but the organs that were there, the vital organs, they all failed. And that is what I mean, when I say imbalance, in your body can affect so many organs that you don't even realize that it is one of the major reasons for you to be chronically ill for a longer time. So toxins and imbalance are the major reasons that we fall ill. And these you don't need a doctor to deal with. Do you need? It's so simple. Doctors don't deal with this, never. It's you who deals with it. I had to breathe out. Not you come and help me, please breathe out. You understand? You have to act for your health, right? Can I, next slide? Okay, so now let us understand. So what is the body's natural way of defense? Because if this is the case, then body should actually be able to manage itself without involving me. The best way, I told you, the best doctor is your body itself. The first level of defense of your body is called as the discharge phase. The second level is called as the put aside phase. And the third level is called as the tumor development phase. Now these are, colloquial language words that we've used to describe something that happens in your body. But it actually makes sense, when I will try to explain this to you. These three levels is how the body is trying to protect itself. It's not trying to harm you, okay? Now, next slide. So when you look at the first level, toxins will be discharged out of body from the sweat, from your urine, your phlegm, and your stools. These are your excretory organs or excretions of your body. And this is the way that body actually throws out all the toxins. Okay? Now, that means that if one of these is blocked, that means toxins are accumulating. Now, a person who doesn't sweat more is actually going to suffer some time. Okay? So we tell people, actually go out and work out, do your little exercise, sweat a little. It's always going to be good. It is going to detoxify you. Okay? You need to urinate well. So drink a lot of water, people say. Okay? And a phlegm is basically your cough that comes along. But it's one way that body tries to prevent itself. Okay? Discharge. And stools is another way that body throws away toxins. Now, let's consider an example to see how this discharge phase works. For example, I take in something and that's not good for my stomach, and suddenly I have something called food poisoning. What is the first thing that's going to happen to me? Diarrhea. So what is the body doing? Is it doing something wrong?
No.
What is it doing?
Taking that out.
Yes, it's just telling, come on, you're not needed, discharge. Okay, get out. So body does this, it does it very nicely. Body has this amazing ability. Try to understand this. Body has an amazing ability to discharge toxins out. It needs only your support. But what we do, a lot of patients I have seen with skin conditions, if you go back and trace their history, they had this complaint of, diarrhea, and they were on long-term medications to stop diarrhea. But they did not realize, why did I have diarrhea? They said we had diarrhea and then we took pills and then it was all okay and antibiotic. But it was not okay. You blocked that path, the toxins went into your bloodstream and found another path. And where did they find another path? The skin. Because then it took the root of your sweat and it came out here. But it could not come out sweat, so it started having inflammation. And the whole cells now started being... So all the dumping thing, all the waste was now being dumped out on the exterior of your skin. Now suddenly you are scaling, redness, and then you say, what is this? How did this turn up? Because you change your dumping ground from where it should have been to another place, right? And that's where things go wrong. So if you put a dustbin in your house, make sure that you put the stuff in the dustbin. Because if you don't put it in the dustbin, where does it go? Somewhere else in your house, right? And that's a problem. Then it's very, very difficult to clean it up afterwards. So here, understand this. So discharge is its natural tendency. Body will try to do this always. First, it's the simplest way it works. Okay? So like I discharge the air, right? That's expiration. I discharge sweat. Sometimes I have a lot of fever. Body is actually trying to fight an infection. You'll see when you have fever, the time where you have a lot of sweat, you're actually going to feel better. Yes? Because your body is trying to release all the toxins out. So this is a good way in which body does it discharge phase. Defense. Next slide. Okay, so second phase. Now what happens, as I told you, if something goes wrong with the first phase, the body does it, it starts accumulating. Okay, it starts accumulating all the toxins, and now it starts forming crystals, hard thing. For example, now let's say the kidneys are trying to filter the blood continuously, but what sometimes your blood becomes so acidic that there's no enough water, you're not drinking enough water. Now the kidneys are trying to actually clean, but there's not enough water in your body. Suddenly you'll see your uric acid and all the stones start getting accumulated, and over time you'll have crystals, because body cannot let them circulate in your system. They have to push it aside, so they form crystals and they keep it as stones. So somebody have kidney stones, somebody have gallstones. That's what body does, forms stones. Not only here, sometimes you have internally here also small stones. You have stones everywhere. They are crystallization formation, right? If you have an injury in your arteries, you can have a clot formation. Again, that's a kind of a stone. Stone means accumulation of the toxins which should not have been accumulated. They should have been going out, okay? So this is another way the body does, okay? Third, the put aside phase. Now, the third phase is called the tumor developing phase. Now here what happens is, body tried its effort to discharge it, the body tried to even accumulate it, but now it's going to a different level. The body cannot discharge the toxins, body tried its effort. Now the area where they're dumping the toxins suddenly get inflamed, okay? And if it happens on the outside, you get a skin condition, fine. But what it happens to an internal tissue, the cells there, they now start behaving weirdly, and they start becoming abnormal, right? Now it's like, again, we'll go back to the story, okay? This cell gets all the good thing. It is going to be a good cell, okay? Now this cell get all the negative, all the waste of life, all dirt and everyone, bad people and bad company. What is this guy going to become? He's going to become a bad guy. His behavior change completely, right? Suddenly this becomes an abnormal guy, and this is a normal guy. But what we want to do, we realize this abnormality is a problem, because this abnormal cell is now going to do abnormal things, which is not necessary. Right? And this is what we call cancer. And it starts, so basically a cancer cell needs to die after some time, but it decides not to die. It wants to produce and multiplies and multiplies, does all the things that it does not want to do. And that's where we have problem. So we have to understand the tumor phase is when the body is really toxically overloaded. And that means now there are lumps of toxin now is affecting the population within your